Hello, I'm Nandandas from my channel with Nandandas, my CBSE student. This pandemic situation, yes, we have to continue our study. So it's my concept. Why not? We'll continue this way through this my channel. So for all my CBSE student, today I will discuss about. This is the first chapter. This is history of fashion, and first we'll start. What is fashion? Fashion is more than just clothing. Fashion means not only the fashion designer. Sometimes we listen that is not only the costume designer, the footwear designer, jewelry designer, something is others. So fashion is not the clothing. Only the fashion designer means our work, not that will create only our the garments only. So fashion is more than just clothing. It reflects the wider spectrum. Of course, aesthetics, art, and design. Yes, when the fashion designer will create something, definitely not only the fashion designer, they generally they will inspired by art, the aesthetic and design. Trends in contemporary society. Yes, whatever going in our society, which kind of things is in fashion, like our previous generation, now the present generation, whatever it's continuing, that is whatever the contemporary society, the society is whatever it's going, this things is fashion designer in start this one. So it reflects that wider spectrum of aesthetic arts and design trends of contemporary society. This makes its multi words, this whatever the range of surrounding influences, is simple terms. Fashion is social process. Of course, fashion is social process because when we are the civilized, we have to wear something. We know our history, so this is a social process, of course, which newly introduce style or trends. Of course, style, we know style means whatever we have. Fashion just give a shape. So the fashion is depends on, of course, the style, whatever they introduce, which kind of style will introduce or trends become popular in certain time with acceptability by the wider cross section of course, the consumers. Yes, first it's whatever style and trends, which trend is going. We know everything's like my mother uh, wearing these things is, so why not I will wear. So mother definitely, of course, to definitely, it's I think it's not the every times, but the maximum time mother mentioned that son, why not you wearing this one, because initially all the people, the mother basically introduced the fashion because it depends on, because born and brought up is depends on mother. So you know that's one day, that's of course a popular certain time acceptability by wider cross section of consumers. The things is apparel refers to actual garments. So fashion is more than just is clothing. Fashion is depends on our aesthetics, our arts and design trends, contemporary society. Whatever in society is contemporary, it's going. Okay. And also it depends on the style. That's our simple terms. Fashion is a social process, is of course is a big point, which newly introduced whatever the fashion will initially introduce in our society, that depend on style. Not only this one, which things will accept our society, that fashion, these things will wider cross section of the consumers. So these things is depends on the which kinds of fashion our society will accept. So this is fashion. Now, I'll introduce about apparel. What is apparel? Apparel refers to actual garments made of fabric. So fashion is not is a is more than just clothing. Our apparel here refers to actual garments. Okay. So apparel is fully means is garments made of course, fabric, knits, leather or other wearable material, whatever. So apparel fully means is garments. Basically, we are doing this one fabric for the, you have to, when you will create garments, you need fabric, knitted fabrics, leather or other whatever we are wearing. So apparel is clear, my dear student. Now, what is the costume? Costume is derived from what is coming from custom. So costume is the word is coming from custom. So the custom, what is custom? A way of behaving or belief that has been established for a long time. This is the way that's weaving the behaving of a belief, our belief, and has been established for a long time. So these things is custom. Like it's Bengali people, they have a custom that's we are wearing basically in the marriage time, basically with a dhoti, Punjabi, Banarosi. This is our custom. Okay, so this coming from custom, evolving from an environment and customs of society. Okay, this things is depends on our custom, whatever it's coming from a long time. It refers to clothing for a specific use, be it for a ritual of performance. Especially this custom, the costume is coming from costume, and this things is depends on basically our ritual of performance. Like just I mentioned about our Bengali, the marriage when you are wearing dhoti Punjabi, and that's Banarosi, of course. Of course, that's ritual performance, ethnic or historical within a specific context of occasion and time. Yes, the historical, our ritual times. So this is costume coming from customs, and of course is depends on our society, our special, the ritual performance, ethnic and historical. So understand the contemporary fashion. Contemporary means which fashion is going, generation is going within a context. It is essential of know its origin and whatever is coming. Knowledge of fashion and costume history is important. Yes, for the fashion and before I mention and the costume, history is a big part. Yes, everything we, of course, when we learn, that's is history, because what is our past history, which kind of garments we are wearing before and now, which things is inspiring. So history is a big part. They are the, of course, is outcome of social, cultural, political influences. So this history is coming from our fashion, is also coming from the costume, is depends on our social. Of course, different society, they are wearing different kind of garments. Different society have different they're wearing different garments, they're wearing different jewelry like this one. Of course, the cultural, different cultural people, they mention the different cultural part of political also little bit, of course, is influences. I don't want to make the controversy, but you have to understand how is related the political influences. Of course, is society at different points in time. So to understand the contemporary fashion within is coming from, is inspired by our social, cultural and political. Clothes are what now? What is clothes? Clothes are what cover the human body. So clothes are what cover the human body, whatever the cover. We know about the history why you are wearing the clothes, which in turn depends on physical condition like climates. Yes, different climate people, they are wearing different kind of. In winter, we know winter garments we are wearing. In summer, we prefer our summer garments. Of course, the geographical means is whatever in basically in mountain area, they have to for their way they are wearing different kinds of things is because these things is geographically, these things is depends on available raw material. Yes, I want this fashion, but the raw material we don't have available. So that things is depends on raw material. Textile, which textile is available here. So that's depends. Like in India, we are very good in cotton material. So the things is depends on in Bengal, that is basically is cotton. We have a lots of cotton. The maximum people they are wearing cotton. So depends on the clothes are what cover the human body, which in turn depends on, and now this clothes is depends on physical condition, whatever our physical condition, like its climate. Okay, the geographical area depends on available raw material, textile, etc. Clothes indicate social significance like religious belief. Yes. So clothes also, not only this one, the raw material, is a social significance like religious belief. Yes, there are different religious, they are different their concept have. So clothes depends on them. Like in Muslim people, they are also wearing the burqa. They have because have the different philosophy for them. So they are wearing the burqa. So the European people, they are little bit, they are wearing the modern garments because it's their way. This is status. So which is create differentiates, of course, among a group. Items of clothes and accessories would be enclosed in vocabulary in clothing. So clothes is nice things that will cover our human figure, and also depends on is our geographical condition, of course, whatever textile is available, and of course our social concept here also. So there are several points of view regarding of origin and need of the clothing. One school of through the belief that man cover his body for protecting himself for whatever is in climate and nature. Psychologist also depends on is something is clothing is psychological things is, and also the physiological reasons like is fig leaf used by Adam and Eve as a symbol of modesty. You know about the Adam and Eve, about the history. Why they are wearing these kinds of leafy garments. So this things is our modesty. We know the referring in the Bible, everything's having about the Adam and Eve, why they're wearing. We know about this one. This everything's having Bible. Anthropologist reasons associate with, of course, is deserve the persons. Whatever this things is ultimate things is used our body covering. The things is that is, of course, is custom and the clothing. So hope this things is you like a big way. The first chapter only this one, what is fashion, that I explain from my side. I'm trying to explain properly. What is costume, of course these things come from customs, and of course what is clothing, what is apparel, and how is it. Hope my dear student you like it. If you like this one, my CBSE student, please you like it, share it. And of course, whatever my CBSE, it's my own student, all CBSE student, my own student, especially my Sharnali, Sriyankita, and also Anushka, Srishta, all the students, especially please you continue this one, and please stay safe.